So I'm saying that the last time we met, we had looked at CSS styling, the box model, the margin padding. Also, we looked at how to create several other pages for your website and also link them together, right? So we are going to build on top of that. Today we'll be learning pretty much something new. And what we'll be learning what we call tables. So I want to share my screen now. So before everybody can see my VS Code, this is my VS Code. In our course outline, we're supposed to learn, after learning page layouting with CSS, supposed to learn tables, JavaScript, and forms. So today we'll look at tables. How do we add tables, or how do we create tables in our website? That's when we need them. Yeah, that's what we'll be looking at. And God willing, next week we can touch a little bit about forms and then a little bit on JavaScript, and we'll summarize the whole course. So let me open our web project from the last time we met. This is a website we have been building. So for us to fully understand this, first of all, I want to just slide into PowerPoint mode. I'll explain some concepts or certain key things for you to understand as far as tables is concerned. Let me switch presentation mode. Okay, so today's lesson, we are supposed to, by the end of this class, we should learn how to create what? Tables. At least you should be able to learn how to create a basic table with HTML, right? You should be able to understand the table rows, table headers, table cell elements, and those things. Yeah, and also you should be able to apply styling to the tables using CSS and what have you. So we all know what a table is. When I pick a pen and then I sketch, I can just draw a table on the paper. Similarly, you can use HTML to what? To draw a table. HTML to draw a table in your website. And tables are very important in the sense that sometimes you may need it to present information in a what? In a very orderly manner, okay, in your website. So you want to present an information in a tabular form, just like you are seeing, um, just like you are seeing on the slide. Yeah, this thing you are seeing, that's a table. So let's say you want to present some record, maybe student data on a certain portion of our website, and we want to list it in a nice manner, we may resort to using the table, just like you are seeing here. Now, to be able to let HTML draw a table, there are some key HTML elements you need to know. First of all, you need to use the table element, just like you see here, table element. we have, if you want to display rows, you use the table row. So for each line of data, we call it rows. We call it rows. So let me use pen. So this is a row, this is a row, and this is a row, right? So this whole line, from here all the way to the end, that's a row. From here going to the end is also a row. From here going to the end is a row. So to be able to present table, to let HTML draw a table on your website, you'll be using this TR element for every row of item. And then this TD element, you use it for what? Table data. That's TD, meaning table data. For each of this, like, I mean, the main text, it will house the main text. The main text will be handled by TD. Then we have a caption. The caption tag, that one is just for, you see this writing up here? That's the caption. If you need a header, something to describe the table from the top, you can use a caption to do that. Okay. Let's go to the next stage. Good. So from here, now this table you see here, this is the code that will display this table on our website. So let's look at it into detail. From the beginning, we start with a main tag, which is the table tag, this one. You start with the table tag, and that table tag will have its closing here. So that means this whole table. Then now we come into the content. Now you see for every row from here, oh no, from here all the way to here. This is an opening TR and a closing TR. This line of code represents this part. You can see TD, TD, TD name, and TD date. So name, date. So for every line, every row, you are going to what? Represent it with a what? A TR. With the TD for each description. So you see, we have an opening and closing TR. So we have total 1, 2, 3 TRs. And when you look from our main table, this is how it will appear on the browser. You see that we have 1, 2, and 3 what? TRs. And for each of them, there's a TD and a TD. That is data, 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 in that order. Now on top here, you see that there's a caption tag, opening and closing. The content is what? Bird sightings. It will be displayed on top here, bird sightings. So that's the basic foundation or fundamentals you need to understand when you are designing a table. So all we are going to do now, I'm going to exit this slide. I'm going to exit this slide. And now we go to the drawing board. We go to the coding area. We're going to code the same table now. I would like you guys not to be practicing whilst we're having the class. Don't practice whilst we're having the class. Just watch me and try to understand the concepts. After that, you rewatch the video and now you can practice. But if you are doing what I'm doing, you are going to be lost. You won't be able to follow. First of all, let's run, this is my index.html page. I'm going to run it on my browser. So I'll right click and say open with live server, as we usually do. This is my website. So I want my table to be somewhere at the bottom here. What do I do now? I'll come down to a blank line like this, and then I'll say table as usual. So this is the opening and closing for my table. Now inside the table, what you need to now do is that you have to specify how many rows. So let's say I need a row. So I'll do TR and I'll enter. Inside the row, I'll need what? My data. So data is represented by TD. So TD, that's like the columns. So let's say my table, I will have student ID, and I need another TD for what? Class score. Then I need another TD for exam score. This table is just presenting students' mark. And I need another TD for total. That's the total score. And I need another TD for what? You see that I'm doing all these TD is inside a what? A TR, the opening and closing TR. Okay. Then grade, maybe F or whatever. So now let me go and check. Have you seen? Have you seen this thing is being drawn here? Have you seen student ID, class score, exam score, total grade? So that is this whole line. It's a row. So now I need another row. So I'll stand below the closing tag of the first tier, and I'll create another tier with its opening and closing. And I'll do TD. Then now I'll start putting in data. So for each row, I'll start with the student ID, maybe ACT plus 0171/13. That's student ID. The next data will be class score, maybe 20. The next one will be exam score. So I'll put the exam marks, maybe 60. The next TD will be total, which will be 80. And the next TD will be the grade, which will be A plus. Now let's go and see. You see that the same data has been drawn in the next row. So every TR will what? Display a new row. Now you see our table does not have the properties of a table. Like there are no borders and stuff. Yes, we are missing one thing, and that thing is here. We are supposed to indicate an attribute of border, and then we'll give it a value of 1 or 2 based on the thickness. So I'm just going to introduce that in the table tag. I'll do an attribute called border, and I'll say 1. Now let's see our website. Now you see that my table is now looking like a table. Now I can even introduce a caption on top here by saying caption, and I'll say student um, terminal report. Students terminal report. Now you see that the caption too has displayed a title above my table. So you can create several TRs. I'm just copying one TR and pasting, another TR and pasting, another TR and pasting. So that I'll get several of them. And you can see I have a beautiful table. So that is how we draw tables in HTML. And yeah, using some few CSS attributes. Yeah, so That is all. There are more. There are more we can explore about tables, but this is the building block. If you understand how to arrange the code, the table tags, the table row tag, the table dimension, table data tags, if you understand it properly, then the rest will be easier for you. The rest are just attributes like styling and playing around with the table, trying to do different types of table and formatting your tables. And they will be in the slide. I won't want to dive deep in them, but I will just stop here so that you can at least master the foundation of a table, the foundational blocks of building a table, as I've just done here. When you master it, you can glance through further in the slides and look at how to apply certain CSS properties. Yeah, certain CSS properties so that you make your table look different. You see this screenshot here, these codes here, they have introduced some new attributes, okay, that is making the table look like this, which is quite different from the default table. They are just attributes, but the building blocks of table, TR, and the rest, they are still useful there, or they are still being used. So at this stage, I'll just pause, and then if you have some questions, you ask. Otherwise, we will close the class, and I'll send you the recording. And I urge you to practice what we have just done and draw your own tables, which I would like to inspect in the class group. Once you are able to do this, kindly take a screenshot of the type of table you have built for me to see. Do different tables based on different data. Screenshot it and send it on the group. All this will just form your mid-term marks so that the rest of the marks will be for exams. So class, any question for me before we end the class?
I think there's no question for now.
Okay, okay, then that is good.
But we'll just need the recording to go out.
Yes.
Go out.
All right, then it means that what is left is for you to practice.
Yes, please.
Rewatch the video and practice. If you have challenge whilst practicing, you can ask your questions on the group page. I will clarify it for you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate the time.
Yeah, so since it's an online class, we cannot be waiting online for you guys to practice.
Exactly.
So we will end the class now, and then I will get a recording fast and send it to you. Then you would continue with the practice.
Thank you so much. We are standing by.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a great.
All right.
Thank
Same
you.
to you. Bye bye.